Hello folks, welcome to our Scrumptious Newscast.
Tonight on our Scrumptious show, we will discuss a question presented by a viewer.
The question is, if two sets of identical twins get married and bear children, would those children be identical?
Well guys, let's find out.
Now let's welcome Jimmy Johnson to the show.
Hey! Excellent scientist, Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy
Hey,
Johnson.
It's been a while, I haven't seen you since the cruise.
The cruise! That was such a good time. Hey!
What's
You
up,
still got
buddy?
that?
Hey, don't leave me hanging here.
I gotcha. Let's talk about those.
Hey, I'm like, can I fix my pants? Give me a minute to
Sure, right, yeah. Just quick commercial break first, right?
No commercial breaks here.
Yeah.
No.
Ha! Sicker than your average. Yellow glasses, disrupting classes in the hallway with no passes. Bobby Grant's double teaming, tech guy scheming. Dreaming about McGee and think she's pretty when she's sneezing. Girls flock to him, wanna do him, screw him. Who Bob? Yeah, only drink skim. Stealing i3 from that Dell PC, fixing networks problems easily. Take that, haha. Arms in a cast, better get to class. If you're out past the bell, Bob will whoop your ass. Do you like poetry? I know you do. Bobby G, real excited for the interview.
Bobby, can't you see? Sometimes your glasses just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy frames. Wi-Fi went down, the Bob's in a daze.
Bobby, can't you see? Sometimes your glasses hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess your keyboard broke and that's not okay.
Alrighty.
Leg out.
Alright.
Yeah, hold on. Here you go. Put it right in front of you, okay? Is that okay?
Thank you.
Alright, I gotta fix my microphone really quick, alright? Yeah, okay. There we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Pull out wires here. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
okay.
Okay. Oh.
That's a good thing we didn't see something this time. I'm talking about the cruise.
Yeah, the cruise, I know that.
Okay, so Jimmy Johnson, you know the question.
Twins!
Twins!
You're talking twins.
Yeah,
Alright, so when so we're talking about the situation where the two twins marry the other twins and have kids.
Yes, so the question of our viewer. Yes.
Now, will these children be twins? Nah.
No?
Nah.
You say no? No. We say okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because there's 3 points. We got a 1, we got a 2, and we got a 3 points. And the first point, we're talking about meiosis. And meiosis is a type of cell division that results in 4 haploid cells from the parent,
Okay.
which is half the number of chromosomes from the parent cell. And they also produce gametes.
Gametes.
Crossing over also occurs in prophase 1 of meiosis, which is one of the things that determines genetic diversity. Okay, next point is also independent assortment, which is also part of meiosis.
Oh.
Now it occurs in metaphase 1. In this independent assortment is when chromosomes separate randomly in each opposite pole of the cell.
Okay.
So this also accounts for genetic variety,
Okay.
as this random assortment
Okay.
allows for different DNA to be distributed
Okay.
to each child,
Nice.
Okay.
making each child's different DNA not identical or not twins.
Right?
Okay.
Moving on to mutations.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Okay.
When a DNA gene is damaged or changed in such a way to alter the genetic message carried by that gene,
Okay.
that's a mutation.
Okay.
So now there's 3 types of mutations. We got insertion, we got deletion,
Okay.
and we got substitution.
Nice.
Okay.
I said there's something with 3s, fellas. There's something
Okay.
with 3s. Insertion is when the DNA nucleotide inserts into the sequence.
Oh. Okay.
Deletion's when it's taken away, and substitutions it's when it's replaced.
Okay.
Substitution has a couple different outcomes, but the main gist of it is that mutations can cause genetic differences among each offspring,
Okay.
such as one, say if an insertion mutation were to happen in one kid, and it weren't happen, and if it weren't happening in the other, then they would be both genetically different and not twins.
Okay.
Right.
Wait.
Twins.
I
No
think I'm
twins.
getting some breaking news
What?
on my phone. Oh, you getting it too? I'm getting some breaking news.
Hello? No.
Oh
We
no.
have to cut.
Wait
There
to
is
cut
a-
to. You'll see. You'll get it on your screen in a minute,
Why?
folks. Hold on. This is breaking news.
Thanks, guys. Here we're at the scene of the Count Chocula escape, where Count Chocula seemed to escape from his place at the zoo towards somebody's backyard. Now you can see at the site where it's over by somewhere over the shed where they said his whereabouts were. He went over into the trees, and now I'm standing here. It's been about 30 minutes since the attack has gone by. Count Chocula's armed, so I'd recommend to stay inside. He says to pray. He's dangerous. And there's one thing that you should not do. Go outside. Whatever you do, don't go outside. And that's all I got for you.
Count Chocula. I'm Count Chocula. Chocula. After we learn to disco, it's goodbye to sitting home on Saturday nights. Nights. Let's go disco.
Disco's here,
Let's go disco.
disco's there.
Let's go disco.
Disco where?
Let's go disco. Let's go disco.
Disco's here,
Let's go disco.
disco's there.
Let's go disco.
Disco where?
Let's go disco.
Disco's there. Oh yes, I'm Blueberry Berry. I can.
Jimmy Johnson, NBC 30 News. Back to you guys.
All right, welcome back, folks. I know that story was crazy.
Oh
Stay
my
inside.
God, I'm shook.
Be safe. He's dangerous.
Those Count Choculas with my science
Wow.
experience are wild, I'll tell you, wild.
Okay. So back to the
Back to
question.
what Jimmy
We're
Johnson was saying.
We're talking about pun and squares here, fellas, and this is
Okay.
my third and final point
Okay.
of how this twin story can't really become, how their twins can't become,
Okay. I done.
how the kids can't become
Okay.
identical twins. Now, pun and square is the technique created by Original C. Punnett. It's a technique, a diagram that is used to predict the outcome of a particular cross or breeding experiment.
Okay.
So, you got your father's genes.
Okay.
You got your mother's genes.
Okay.
You got a square.
Okay.
Punnett square.
Okay.
Nice.
And this technique allows one to see the genetic variety of each offspring. And also the percent chance of receiving each certain traits.
Okay.
So you can see the genetic variety of how they will not be twins. You can see the percent chance of how one will receive the father's genes, how one will receive the mother's genes, and how they're split up into 4 sections. And I'll tell you fellas, that's pretty much all I got on the story of the twins.
You know what? I
Thank
really-
you very much, Jimmy Johnson.
No
for
problem, fellas.
You wanna go get some burgers?
Thanks for burgers.
Burgers.
It's on me, fellas. It's on me. All right.
Yeah, let me put my pants on.
Alright.
No.
Commercial break,
I
commercial
don't
break.
need any pants. You know,
We
throw
don't do
these pants away. You know what?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, folks.
Bye, folks. Have
Yeah.
a nice night. I know you scrumptious viewers and scrumptious show. Good night, folks.
Stay away from Cal. He's out there.
He's out there and he's dangerous. We interrupt this program. Whoa there! Hey! I'm sorry about that, folks. But we interrupt this program with a special interview from guest star Robert Grant. Bobby!
Can you tell us your name and your position here?
My name's Robert Grant. I think my title right now is Network Administrator here. I've worn quite a few hats over the years.
Can you describe like a typical day?
My typical days are generally not typical. For example, yesterday I ran around all day fixing everything that was broke from the power outage we had the night before. My regular job is I'm the Tier 3 guy. Lisa Strings, our secretary, she handles all the Tier 1 tasks, which are the fairly simple things. Then things that she can handle go to our 2 technicians. We have one in each building, Sean and Dave. Things that they can't handle come right to me. Some things come right to me just because it's something that we know off the bat isn't going to be for them. So I get all the hard jobs.
All right. Does spending a lot of time in front of the computer have any effect on you?
Yes, I've learned that 16, 17 hours straight is when I start to get nauseous and I have to sleep or I get sick. These yellow glasses are not a fashion statement. They're a technology eyewear. They cut down on the headaches and nausea. I probably can't get to 16 without these. And in front of a computer so much that I just got my regular glasses made in this style. This company was got started making glasses for gamers, but they make glasses for everybody now. Gunners. And we think, oh, your glasses are neat looking. I was like, I don't have them because I think they look cool. It's a medical thing.
Okay. What made you go into a tech career?
I got my first computer when I was 9 or 10. I was one of the first people on the block to have one. And it was DOS and Windows 3.1 back then. None of my games worked good in Windows 3.1, so I learned DOS to make my games work better. So it started off as I was an avid gamer when I was a kid, and everything I learned was to make my games work better. And as I got older, I started learning just because it was interesting. I don't know why I didn't get into computers right out of high school, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I've worked in restaurants, I've been a truck driver, I've been a diesel mechanic, I've worked at linen factories, worked odd jobs outside for people. I got tired of being injured all the time from physical labor, so I decided to get into computers and just realized I had a knack for it and never really looked back.
How did you end up working at Clearview?
My previous employer was the Philadelphia School District. I was working for what they call an EMO, an Educational Management Organization. These types of companies are hired to get messed up schools back on track. They had a contract with the Philadelphia School District for their 23 worst grammar and middle schools. The contract expired after 5 years, and so I was like, all right, who around South Jersey pays high taxes? This should be decent paying school jobs. So that was like Mullica Hill and Swedesboro, that area. I looked on Clearview's website, there's a job posting. I was like, okay, this couldn't have been easier. I applied. A couple months later, I got the job.
Nice. Okay, so those are just some warm-up questions. Now we got the twin questions. Alright, so our project, the kind of question is, it's based on a true story of two identical twins marrying two identical twins. And then,
some confusing DNA.
Yeah, and then their children, and then they both had children, and the question is, could their children look alike? Like, could the two sets be twins? And our hypothesis was, no, it would be too hard with all the genetical variations and stuff.
Just based on my experience with twins and multiples, and I have a lot of it. My soon-to-be ex-wife's a twin. In her generation, the twins generally skip a generation, but there are aunts and cousins on each side that everybody looks like. Even outside of having twins, I have a picture of my youngest sister as a baby who looks at the same age when my daughter was the same age as her. Look exactly alike. So it can happen even if you're not twins. My hypothesis would be, if you're twins, you have a lot more common DNA. So I think the chances would be actually a lot higher.
Yeah.
That would be my theory, my guess.
So do you have any siblings?
I'm the oldest of 5.
Okay, and do your siblings have children?
All of them except for one, and they're getting married soon. That youngest one I just mentioned, she's pregnant, so her children's not here yet, but will be soon.
Okay, and then do your nieces and nephews resemble or have any similar traits to your children?
Yes, and the telling thing here is the oldest of my sisters has 2 boys, and I have 2 little girls, and there's things I can, they're all blonde haired. There's things like that I can see in each of them, and they're not even the same gender. I have a half sister too. Her kids and my kids don't look as much alike, but they're from a half different bloodline too. It's a different mother.
Okay.
Mr. Grant, I have a question. So you said that your sister, or not your sister, your wife was a quadruplet?
My wife is an identical twin.
Okay. Who was a quadruplet?
The girl I'm dating now is a quadruplet.
Okay. Now, are they all identical?
They're not identical.
Okay. Alright.
That's
pretty
all.
crazy.
That's all we really have to speak to.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else for us?
About what? Identicals and stuff?
Yeah.
I've known lots of twins over the years. Even I think another set of quads or something. What's weird about my wife is they're mirror twins. Like one of them has like a freckle here, the other one has the same freckle, but it's over here. So the exact same. There's lots of features like that on both, but just the opposite side of the body. Like one has a birthmark like on her hip, the other one has the same one other hip. There's just a lot of weird things like that. The identical ones are. There's also little weird things about them too. Like my wife had a 5th wisdom tooth. That's like 1 in so many million. I start to notice these kinds of things pop up in twins more often than. And I don't know that that's an actual proven theory. That's just my experience with the twins and quads and things I've known.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
So yeah.